Howdy friends. All right, the purpose of this video is for us to talk about how to do a great job on page 47 in your practice book, 47. So please start out by writing your name and number at the top of page 47. And as you're using this video, please feel free to hit the pause button to make sure you're caught up with the directions and with what I'm saying. So as I make the video, I'm going to kind of go at a normal pace, but I'm kind of expecting you to pause and slow it down if you need to. I know if I was listening, that's what I would probably need to do. All right, so the title tells us that this page is all about the future using the word will, which we talked about in the previous video that I hope you watched, and if you read my explanation about how to turn a verb into the future tense, the time after now, by putting the word will in front of it. All right, so the directions, let's read them together. It says, doesn't say cough, it says, circle the sentences that tell about the future. Rewrite the other sentences to tell about the future using the word will. All right, so first we're going to circle the word circle, because some of these sentences we're going to circle. We're going to circle them if they tell about the future. And then for the other sentences, we're going to rewrite them to tell about the future using will. So I would just circle the whole second sentence from rewrite all the way to will, because there's no way to break that up. That's a whole complete idea that you're going to have to keep in mind, and I'm going to walk you through it, okay? All right. So now, let's do number one together. It says, let's read it together. It says, I read each day. I read each day. All right, so first we have to circle the sentences that tell about the future. Well, does I read each day tell about the future? When is the reading happening? Every day. Look at the word read. Is there a will in front of read? No. So it's not the future. It's actually in the present. So are we going to circle it? Because we only circle the sentences that tell about the future. This is not in the future. We're not going to circle it. That means we have to rewrite it to tell about the future using will. And so what you do is the sentences that you have to rewrite, you rewrite them down at the bottom of the page for 6, 7, and 8. So that gives you a clue. There's 1, 2, 3 sentences that you're going to have to rewrite out of the first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 of these you're going to rewrite, and the others must already be about the future. But we know number 1 is not about the future. So get your pencil out and let's think, how are we going to rewrite this? What have we learned to talk about the future? Well, let's start till we get to the verb, because we have to rewrite the whole thing. So I'm doing this in Sharpie so that you can see really well what I'm writing, but you should use pencil. Okay? So start right over here by on the left-hand side, right by the 6, and use the writing line. So it's a capital letter I. Okay? I read each day. Now we have to turn it into the future. So what's the verb? What's the action? Read. Right? What do we have to put in front of the word read? will, right? We have to use will. So it's going to be I will read each day. So the second word is will. So leave a space after the I and use your writing lines. Don't let your small letters go above that dotted line, but let your tall small letters go up to the top line. I will, finger space, read each day. All right, now go back and check your work. Make sure it makes sense. So I will read each day. What am I missing? Period. Thank you. Almost ran out of breath. Okay. All right, so we did number 1. Now number 2. Brent will meet you at the shop. Brent will meet you at the shop. Is that sentence about the future? Well, it's got will. When's it going to happen? Not in the past, not now, but sometime after now in the future. So that is the future. So what do we do for future sentences? It says circle the sentence that tells about the future. Sentences that tell about the future. This is one of the sentences that tell about the future. So we are going to circle it. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now number 3. My dad helps me read. All right. What is the verb? What's the thing, the action? Well, first of all, who? What's the naming part? Who's doing the action? My dad. When is my dad doing the action? Well, helps. Helps, it ends in S. That's in the present, the now. It's all the time. He helps. So is that in the future? No, because it doesn't have a will in front of help. So it says circle the sentences that tell about the future. That's not about the future. We're not going to circle it. This is where we have to rewrite this sentence. For number 7, you're going to rewrite the sentence. Okay? You're going to write, my dad will help me read. Now be careful here. Look at the word helps. H-E-L-P-S. You don't just put will in front. We don't say will helps. We say my dad will help. When you write it in the future, you have to get rid of the S at the end of help. So you're going to write, my dad will help me read. You're going to write that right here in number 7. My dad will help me read. Okay? Number 4. They washed the van. They washed the van. Okay, what's the action word? Washed. Right? Look at washed. What is there an ending? ED. So when is that? Is it in the past, the present, or the future? ED means the past. So is this one of the sentences you're going to circle? No, you're going to rewrite it down here for number 8. But look, we have to write it with the future. So they will washed the van. You have to put will in front, but then do we keep the ED? Do we say they will washed the van? No, it's going to be they will wash. You have to write wash without the ED. They will wash the van. Okay. And then number 5, Fran will beat the eggs. I think you can figure out what to do with number 5. So I wanted to talk to you about the directions because they are a little tricky. There's a few different things to think about, and make sure that when you add will in front of the verbs that you don't have an ending still on the verb. When there's a will, there's no ending at the end of the verb. All right. Do a great job. I look forward to talking to you later today about reading some poetry and also about Earth Day. All right. Take care. Cheers.